song for you if you asleep at 7:30. I rise like the sun on the
Good morning again, everyone. I know it's been a while. Just hadn't had really interesting content for you guys. I have had more rejection in the last, 3 weeks now than I had all during high school. But today could very well be a promising day. I've got a tile and steel toe boots. What a combination, right? But I'm on my way to Pepsi in Anderson for an interview for a route driver position. It's actually the fill-in, but I think that's how you get started with Pepsi. And there's going to be, some exercise agility type things, like 30 minutes of that, picking up cases and that sort of thing. And it said, wear steel toes if you got them, and I got them, so I'm wearing them. And after that, if they don't say, Jim, we love you, start tomorrow, I'm going to ride up to, which that's what they should say, right, guys? If they only knew. But then I'm going to ride up to Greenville, to McAllister Square, Michelin, which there's several Michelin plants around this area. It's having some sort of like career fair, job fair sort of thing. And it says, come prepared to interview. So I'm going to go do that. And then my other little ace in the hole, if you will, is a logging company in Abbeville that the Hanna brothers own. That I've already given my med card, driver's license, and a copy of my MVR, which is clean, and they're supposed to be checking that with their insurance company. And if none of those three things work out, at the end of the day, I'm going to do something I wasn't planning to do, but no other OTR guys with just my set of unique current circumstances will hire me right now. None of them. Maybe a month from now, or definitely if I had 2 more months experience, I wouldn't have these same challenges. But I'm going to call up the company many people call Carolina Convict out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, and get set up to orientation and make about the lowest possible per mile rate that I ever thought I would possibly make. Like, this would be shitty pay in like 1992, but hopefully it won't get to that. One of these other things will work out, so stay tuned. There's Pepsi. All right, I'm here about 30 minutes early. Well, I think the interview went good. There was a guy named Alvin, and then towards the end a guy named Brett came in, but they had me do an exercise where I loaded the pallet jack up with a whole lot of 2 liters of Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, but they had like some Diet Mountain Dew and Cherry Pepsi mixed in there to mess you up, but it didn't mess me up. And then fill up a display rack with all of them a certain way, and you had 15 minutes to do it. And I was very smooth with it, and I finished within the 15-minute time limit. And then we had an interview. Everything went good, but they didn't offer me the position today. It's corporate, they couldn't if they wanted to, from my understanding. There's, I think, 3 more people interviewing after me, so maybe I'll hear something in the next couple of days. That Ram truck right there is sweet. That's what Jim's gonna get in the near future. But I have just came out of the McAllister Square for the Michelin job fair. I've applied to that. I don't know, it seems like it went pretty well too. I submitted my work key scores that I took back before I went to truck driving school. And they're supposed to be good scores on there. They're like a 6, a 5, and a 4, which aren't big numbers, but apparently those are good scores for that. It's, I don't know, just supposed to judge how overall intelligent you are, I think, in a work capacity setting. But both of the interviews went well, but with it being corporate America type jobs, you know, they have a limited number that they hire and a buttload of people that apply, so it's a process. So I have not been offered a job today. So I guess now I'm gonna get some lunch because I'm hungry, and I'll call my logging company to see what they say. But the thing I really don't want to do is go to work for Carolina Cargo. Okay, I am back at the house. Here's the update for today. As I mentioned earlier, the interview with Pepsi went very well. I did really good on the stacking exercise that they had. I finished with about a minute to spare with no type of mistakes. I talked with two guys there, Alvin and Brett. Both of them started at the same position, which is a fill-in route driver. That seems to be how everyone with Pepsi starts. And the opportunity is endless as far as what you can work into with Pepsi. Huge company, PepsiCo. Now, the deal with Michelin, it actually went pretty well too. But it's probably like next year before they're actually going to be doing the hiring from that. And then on the way back, I stopped in Ware Shoals at a place I applied for a couple of weeks ago. She said she'll call me tomorrow, but not feeling real positive on that. It's some kind of local driving job with I don't know, it has to do with something with some meal. And then the logging guy is like dragging his ass. Like, all he's had to do was send my driving record and a copy of my CDL to his insurance company. And, well, I don't know if he's done that yet. He's got till tomorrow if he wants my services. Otherwise, I'm going to be going to Carolina Cargo. This is not a pristine driving job by any stretch of the imagination. It's only teams. A lot of it's going back and forth to California, and I was making 52 cents a mile at Maverick driving solo. This pays 12 cents a mile. Yeah, you heard me right. 12 cents a mile. So if you have 6,000 mile week, you still ain't gonna hardly make shit. You know, like $700 or something like that. But it'll get some income coming in. It will allow at least 3 weeks before my court case comes up, so this lawyer hopefully can get my record changed where it's not a preventable accident on there, which is just killing me, especially with it pending in a negligence ticket. But the cop seemed like she's pretty cool. She had no problem helping me out, if we go to court, which, or going to a court, same thing. And can get me over the hump of having 2 years experience and allow a little time for maybe this thing with Pepsi to come through, or Michelin. Either one of those would probably be, pretty cool jobs. I don't know. But I know I have not been commenting to most of your comments, and most of you guys had really nice comments. There was a couple dickheads that their comments really weren't nice, like Motorhead Maverick saying something about I couldn't hack it at Maverick. And whatever. You don't even know me. Now, I had mentioned all the rejection that I've gotten in the last 3 weeks applying for trucking jobs. There's reasons why it's been so hard for me to get back to work. The trailer turning over and it being a preventable accident, sure, that made it more difficult, but also getting terminated for the speeding ticket with U.S. Express, even though that's been reduced, has made it more difficult. But also, during my first 6 months as a driver with U.S. Express, I had 2 minor little incidences that I called the company and told them about. I had damaged a bumper, and also I had cracked a reflector light on another trailer at a truck stop. This was back in 2015. That was on my record with U.S. Express. So when they call to verify my experiences, those 2 things for my first 6 months are there. So the combination of all that, all of these trucking companies were saying, not right now. And there's been a lot. Check this out. This is called Driver Pulse. It's an app, and most of the places I would apply for, it would show up here. Like there's Covenant and Martin, Big G Express, turned down. But nor, they would have been okay if I had 2 years experience, which I'm a little shy. But all of these, Prime never called me back, but I got turned down by CSRT. Nuthouse Trucking, never heard from them. That's a funny name though. Wiley, I thought I was there. I thought I was. They even set up my rental car to go to North Dakota, and it fell through at the end. Stevens, that Epps, that would have been a pretty cool deal. It had a guarantee of at least $1,000 a week. U.S. Express, even Swift turned me down. All of these. There's 36 on this list. That's not all of them. I've contacted ones that weren't on the list. But after all of that effort to get back to work, here's where I stand now. Yesterday, I had contacted Carolina Cargo, aka Carolina Convict, and got set up for orientation. Then, shortly after that, I got a call from a company that wasn't on my list earlier called G&P Trucking, which started in Greenwood, South Carolina 80 years ago, but they've been bought out now, and they're like a medium-sized company. And I talked with the guy, and then he got a call. His son was in the emergency room. He said he would call me back today. I told him a little bit of my story. He said, well, he appreciates my honesty. Well, I got a call back from him this morning, and now I'm scheduled for an orientation there. So I canceled everything with Carolina Cargo, because this I have my choice of a nighttime local driving job, pays like $17.50 an hour, or a regional job that's 41 cents a mile, out 5 days, home 2, guarantees $1,000 a week, and I have to get my hazmat within the first 6 months. Doesn't sound too bad. And then today, I got an email from Pepsi. They're offering me the Pepsi job. So I've got a decision to make. Carolina Convict they're not even on the list anymore. Thank goodness. But G&P would be the most money right now doing the regional. Pepsi, it's only like $14.25 an hour starting out as the route fill-in, but the opportunity of what a man could work into with Pepsi, which the next step would be to get your own route. But heck, Pepsi's global, man. And heck, even the guys that's running regions and, you know, distribution centers started at this. So I've got a decision to make. So what I'm gonna do is upload this video to share the news with you guys. I'm gonna take the weekend to stir everything over, evaluate the different options, and then when G&P, got him Jeff, is gonna call me back Monday, I'm gonna make my decision then. I like Pepsi. It's not very good money starting out, but I think, you know, the opportunity of what it could lead to down the road, you know, is pretty positive. Kind of what I'm thinking right now with G&P, that would probably be a good gig for a year or so. You know, they don't have a pet policy, so I can't take Boone with me, but get my record cleaned up, get, you know, a good year's experience. You know, it'll be a pay cut over what I've made before, but, you know, after I've been there a while, you know, better opportunities could present themselves there. But when I've got 3 years experience, a good solid year of clean driving, no incidences, you know, a lot of opportunities will be available. Because during this process of calling all these companies, I am more educated on the opportunities and benefits with different truck driving companies available. Then, you know, there's always, you know, we all have the idea of having our own truck one day and, you know, what that could lead to. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. Any comments are always appreciated. But stay tuned in the upcoming weeks. Hopefully there will be some interesting content when I'm back out on the road. But everyone, happy holidays, be safe out there, and keep on trucking.